I've come out today in Worthing, on a part of Worthing, sort of North Worthing I suppose, just away from the town centre, by the bow hunt school. And there's a protest in operation. As a local man, I thought I'd come up and take part. They're trying to put a 5G tower right outside the school. And as you can hear, there are supporting toots from cars. There's quite a lot of people here, and there's plenty of signs going up warning people, trying to let people know the dangers of 5G, and anyone who's been watching my channel will know exactly all about that. There's a company called Albi who've arrived. We've had the West Sussex put out the cones to sort of move people. We're expecting the diggers to come in to put in the foundations for the pole. I'm not sure that they're putting the pole in today, but they want to dig up and get all the wiring done. However, there is a lot of people peacefully just standing here protesting, saying actually we don't want this. So there's a lot of toing and froing with the guys in the fluorescent jackets, who I think are security on here to make things go okay. But of course, I think there's a sense that the protesters are not going to be moved. And the police.
Your friends have turned up, Mick. Fantastic.
Well, it's all beginning to get a little bit of tension now, because the digger has just turned up and it seems they need to dig a trench. I was talking to the chaps from Albany and they were just explaining the process of what goes on, which is quite long and involved. They've got to dig a hole, they've got to make that safe obviously, and then there's a whole load of sequence. They've got to drop in the thing for the pole. They need to put a space for all the rewiring and the boxes. There's got to be business about cement going down. That's got to set off. Then once that's secured, the pole goes up. The pole, once that's in, it stays there for a month apparently, because they need to make sure that the cement is 100% safe. And if it's safe, then they can put all the other gubbins on in due course. So it's quite involved. We've also got the police who are here. But the question is, are the police going to be able to move the protesters from a public road and to prevent the digger from coming in? That's going to be interesting. The day is ticking on. Not a lot is really going on. The digger came. The digger seems to have disappeared now. I'm not quite sure where it is. A vehicle with the fencing, which was supposed to go around the area where they're going to dig the hole. Apparently, it was overheard that they're obviously not going to get that far today, so he was sent away. So it may be that the pole is not going to happen. Now, the school that is behind here, somebody from the school who was a little bit nonplussed, let me say, about what's going on here and didn't really want to be involved, but he was iterating that this has got nothing to do with the school, that this land that was rumoured to be part of the school is actually not part of the school, it's actually the council. So I want to make that 100% clear. Just trying to look where the sun is. So this is the council land where it is going on, this particular pole. Then there was a rumour that they'd only asked for, what do you call it, fibre optics. And then the question went about, well, if it's only fibre optics, surely that could be just put straight into the school, underground. But why would you need a pole? So there's a lot of kind of, not necessarily misinformation, but there's a lot of confused information, I would say. The Albany people are sort of, they're unable to do anything. They can't dig the hole because you can't move the people. The police did turn up, and they were just support community officers, and they've gone now saying actually you need something more heavier in terms of the police. But I don't think they're really going to move anybody on. I don't think they can. And I'm not really sure what's going on with all the other vehicles. So I think so far the protest has been it's calm, it's peaceful, and nothing really is being achieved. So perhaps the whole day has been ruined for the 5G poles. So things develop all the time on these things. Time just passes along. You're having a lovely time chatting to everybody. One of the officials, and I'm not going to say who, I don't want to get anybody into trouble, just happened to say, he said, look, we can't really do anything at the moment because of the protesters. And he said, you haven't heard this from me, but early in the morning there's going to be a drive past, and if anybody's here, then the whole thing is canned. Make of that what you will. Then of course you start to think, well, is that true? Is that just a ruse to get people to move away? How much can we trust you? What time early in the morning? Will they come in the middle of the night and start putting stuff in to claim the land? It's all very complicated, as you can imagine. So these are the sort of things that ordinary everyday members of the public, men and women of a town, have got to sort of consider when they're trying to protect the children of the town, excuse me, the town, from this 5G radiation.
Yeah, but that's 4 years old, yeah.
Oh,
4
right,
years old.
4 years old.
But I only
We'll definitely be here tomorrow morning, and we're going to be here all week.
It seems that everything that we were talking about before about coming and assessing the situation at 8 o'clock tomorrow is going to happen. But in the meantime, the Albany guys have gone. They were the ones that were, I don't know quite what they were going to do, but they've gone. And they're slowly putting away the cones now. So our job here has been very successful. However, if there's nobody here tomorrow morning, then they'll come back and put up the pole. But there is going to be a representation of the people of Worthing and others who've come from all over in the morning. So when they make their little drive-by assessment, they'll see that we're still here. And then that is effectively it, really, for now. How do you feel about everything today?
Yay! Elated. Victorious.
Victorious.
It's day 2. And you thought it was all over? It's not quite. As I said previously, they're going to come and do a little road look-by. What do you call it?
Drive past.
Drive past.
Or drive-by.
That's it. I brought the lovely Julia up this time. So we are here to show solidarity.
Yeah.
Yes, it's early in the morning, so we got up here about 7ish in the morning, just in case any of these contractors decided to sneak in. So we'll find out what's going on with the team back at the stand. Morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Nice sunny day.
Another one, another roasting.
Cheers. Cheers. What we don't want is a car swerving and crashing. There you go, look. Yesterday we had a very warm, blistering day. No clouds in the sky whatsoever. It was absolutely radiant and blue. And maybe over the downs a couple of little fluffy things, but nothing. Today, woke up at 6 o'clock, looked out the window, and they have been spraying the skies. So we'll have a misty day as they try to reduce the sun again. Day 2. How are you guys? All right. So our Albi guys have just turned up now. I don't know what the time is, about 8 o'clock. They said they would. He's taken some pictures to prove that we are still here. He'll send that to his boss, and hopefully that'll be it.
Yeah. Early bath.
Early bath.